Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
My dear students, welcome to Chemistry online classes. Today we are going to discuss about NEET JEE topic from hydrocarbons, in that alkenes preparation mainly. Now we are going to discuss about, last class it is over preparation, now we are going to discuss about chemical properties. First one is hydrogenation. What is hydrogenation? Adding hydrogen. It is nothing but hydrogenation. My dear students, the main important catalyst are used for hydrogenation is Wilkinson catalyst. Wilkinson catalyst is nothing but, the catalyst name you should remember, Wilkinson catalyst. Wilkinson catalyst. Rhodium chloride, this one, rhodium chloride. Here one bracket, here I wrote like this, one more bracket. Here C6H5 thrice. Understood? Triphenyl. This is phenyl compound. Triphenyl, triphosphorus, rhodium chloride. It is nothing but a Wilkinson catalyst. Here P, and here one more thrice. Okay. This is actually understood. Triphenyl, triphosphorus, rhodium chloride is called Wilkinson catalyst. Or you can use one more catalyst, cyclohexane. Remember this catalyst, RHCl, C6H5 thrice, P thrice, and old bracket thrice. Understood? It is called Wilkinson catalyst. It is the best agent used for hydrogenation. Cyclohexane also used. My dear students, cyclohexane also used, and it get oxidized to benzene. Cyclohexane, and it forms benzene later. After hydrogenation, cyclohexane get converted to benzene. Hydrazine also used, NS2. It is nothing but hydrazine. This hydrazine at the end, after self oxidation, it gives nitrogen, my dear students. Hydrazine will get converted to nitrogen. That is not important. Why I am telling means, which are important reagent is used for hydrogenation means Wilkinson catalyst. Triphenyl, triphenyl, phosphorus, understood, and rhodium chloride and cyclohexane. That is nothing but Wilkinson catalyst, cyclohexane, hydrazine. Okay, this is actually borohydrate, sodium borohydrate in the presence of platinum chloride, and Birch reagent, sodium or lithium in the presence of liquid ammonium. That is also good agent, hydrogenating agent. Hydrogenating means one which supply hydrogen. It is good hydrogenating agent, reducing agent, one which supply hydrogen. So Wilkinson catalyst supply hydrogen, cyclohexane supply hydrogen, hydrazine supply hydrogen, borohydrate, sodium borohydrate, this with the platinum chloride supply hydrogen, Birch reagent, sodium or lithium in the presence of liquid ammonium supply hydrogen. These are all good reducing agent, and it is best for hydrogenation purpose. These are the reagent used for. And one more we studied in Sebastian-Cendrone equation, my dear students. Sebastian-Cendrone equation means alkyne group is converted to, it is, we discussed already, it is over. In alkyne get converted to reaction with nickel, it gives what? So alkyne get converted in the presence of nickel, it will get converted into alkane. Again it is treated with the alkane, again is treated with the nickel, it gives sorry, alkene, again it treated with the nickel, it gives alkane. So this is the reaction actually, it is given. So the beginning, here CH, CH, here CH2, CH2, okay. So at the beginning, here we added 2 hydrogen, hydrogen is added in the presence of nickel. So alkyne get converted to alkene, triple bond becomes double bond and 2H is added here, and again 2 hydrogen is added to this particular, that means in the presence of nickel only this become alkane, alkyne to alkene, alkene to alkane, this conversion in the presence of nickel. So here normal nickel is there, normal nickel is also used for hydrogenation as a catalyst, and Rani nickel is there, Rani nickel, note down my dear students, Rani nickel, Rani nickel, very important point, Rani nickel. What is the speciality of Rani nickel? Rani nickel, nickel also it contains aluminium along with powdered with sodium hydroxide, all together it is called Rani nickel, Rani nickel. Rani nickel is the best hydrogenating agent, or it is used for hydrogenation, it supply hydrogen. So best catalyst actually Rani nickel for hydrogenation purpose, best reagent. But if we ask which one is best, better, whether Wilkinson catalyst or Rani nickel, Wilkinson catalyst is in first place, understood? Wilkinson catalyst is the best reagent, after that Rani nickel and normal nickel, lot of difference is there, normal nickel only nickel is there, in Rani nickel little of aluminum and sodium hydroxide also there, so it is called Rani nickel. Rani nickel is far better than normal nickel for the reaction. So Wilkinson is best, next Rani nickel, then cyclohexane, hydrazine, sodium borohydride and Birch reagent also is used for reduction purpose. Why I am explaining about this particular means, if suppose any reaction is used with this particular reagent, immediately in your mind it should come like this, okay, Rani nickel is used. What process actually? Rani nickel is used for hydrogenation, adding hydrogen to triple or double bond. Okay, immediately Birch reduction immediately in your mind it should come like this. Oh, Birch reduction. Oh, triple bond get reduced to double bond. Triple bond get reduced to double bond in the presence of sodium or lithium, in the presence of liquid ammonia. Birch reduction, triple bond get reduced to double bond. That means hydrogen is added to triple bond, Rani nickel, Birch reagent. Hydrazine also used, sodium borohydride also used. These are the very important reagent used for hydrogenation purpose. Note down my dear students, in any question if it comes this reagent means, immediately you should know that what process actually takes, reduction process takes place, adding hydrogen. Okay, my dear students, next we are going to discuss about halogenation, adding halogen to carbon-carbon double bond, adding halogen to alkene. Okay, so I will write one bond line representation. What is the meaning of this one? This is actually but2ene. Here CH3 is there, here CH is there, here CH3 is there, here CH is there, here CH3 is there. So in most of the times in organic chemistry part, hydrocarbons, that bond line structure only they used to give, because you are not using this bond line structure, you are always using this type of CH3 and here one CH double bond CH CH3. By giving like this only you will come to know that, oh, this is actually cis compound. So otherwise you have to write like this, cis. My dear students, if I write like this also it is cis, okay, cis compound. See, this is cis compound. Instead of writing like this, I can write like this in simple way, cis compound. What is meaning actually? Here CH is there, here CH is there. Okay, every time writing this structure is not important, because you have to learn bond line structure. Understood? Bond line structure means this type of. This is cis-butene, correct? No? React with the bromine in the presence of CCl4, carbon tetrachloride, my dear students. Bromination takes place in the presence of carbon tetrachloride. It gives, my dear students, note down, two types of product it gives. Here, 1 minute. This is anti-addition product. One more anti-addition product you will get, my dear students. Here BRH, D and L form. This is D and L form, dextrorotatory and levorotatory form, left hand side and right hand side. D and L form you are getting in this particular two product. So, if cis-alkene is used for bromination, you are getting D and L form or anti-addition product. This bromine is added to opposite side, correct? No? Imagine, my dear students, if trans-alkene is used, this is actually trans-alkene. Here H is there, here H is there. I am not writing that one, understood? Just by bond line representation. Most of the times you may get confused by giving question like this. Here H is there, here also H is there. Now this is trans. You should know that this is also trans. One is this side, one is this side. Okay. React with the bromine in the presence of CCl4. Here, my dear students, you are getting meso compound. Meso compound means two bromine is attached to same side. Meso compound. Note down, my dear students. My dear students, why you are getting addition compound means, anti-addition compound means, very important thing is, when you use cis compound, I will write this one cis, okay, this is cis, that I can write like this or like this, whatever, but it's cis-alkene, two methyl group are same side. This one added to bromine means, I will get, see, bromine forms Br minus and Br plus, and here this will gives, my dear students, Br plus and Br minus. So this will get convert like this, CH3 Br, this double bond is attached to this one of the bromide, so it will form like this, my dear students. So this is actually bromide ion, so bromonium ion, it is called bromonium ion. So attacking from same side, it is not possible, my dear students. So if one particular another bromide and coming and attack from the same side is not possible, because already methyl group is there, already this bulkier group is there, coming and attacking from this particular same side is not possible, because it forms a bromonium ion. So it will come and attack from back side like this, and this bond breaks. Another bromide will come and attack from back side, and this bond breaks, and it will move to this bromide, and Br plus become normal. So this I will show you separate. These are all not much important, but for your understanding purpose, more you understand, more you can solve. See, my dear students, imagine cis-alkene. What happens means, when you treat with the bromide, one bromide becomes bromide plus, another bromide becomes Br minus. So Br minus and Br plus. So Br plus, so I will write like this. This will go and attack to this particular, but two-sided bond formation like hydronium ion formation. I will tell you, my dear students, how it looks actually. Now Br become plus, shortage of one electron, so it shows plus. What happens? Next Br can come and attack from back side like this, and this bond breaks, and it gives, my dear students, like this, cis and anti compounds. Okay. This reaction part is not important. Why it gives addition compound means, addition product means, only the reason is it forms bromonium ion, Br bridge. Okay, my dear students, next is halogenation, addition of, not halogenation, addition of hydrogen halide. My dear students, next is addition of hydrogen halide. Addition of hydrogen halide. Addition of hydrogen halide. Adding hydrogen and halogen together, it is called addition of hydrogen halide. For example, my dear students, CH2 double bond CH2 hydrogen halide. X means halogen, chlorine, bromine, iodine, fluorine. So what we are getting product is CH2, CH3. One H is added to this carbon, another CH2X, like this. So my dear students, the order of reactivity means which one added easily means hydrogen iodide reaction is more compared to hydrogen bromide, compared to which hydrogen halide is more reaction, hydrogen iodide, hydrogen bromide, hydrogen chloride and hydrogen fluoride reaction wise. Best hydrogen iodide had addition is easy. Okay. The very important note, we will take one example, my dear students. CH3, CH2, double bond, CH2. So if we are adding HX, hydrogen halide means two types of possible, for hydrogen chloride I will write to avoid confusion. Okay. Two types of addition is possible, because this will go and attack to this particular and this chloride comes out, this bond comes out, okay, and you are getting Cl minus here. And here imagine here two product formation is possible, because if this become carbon positive means you are getting different product. So for example, my dear students, this double bond is, this become carbocation. I will show you CH3, CH2, this become positive because one bond is removed, and I will show you here this become CH3 because this bond comes for this carbon and here it attack to this particular H and this becomes CH3, and chloride come and attack to this particular carbon. Okay. Chloride come and attack to this particular Cl minus come and attack to this particular carbon and gives CH3, CH2, Cl, CH3. This is actually, my dear students, Marconi's rule addition. Marconi's rule addition. Here, note down, my dear students, in secondary carbon, carbocation takes place, positive charge, secondary carbon. This carbon is attached to two different carbon. In next, in when one more case is there, the same will happen if positive charge appear on this carbon, primary carbon. What are the product you are getting, my dear students? CH3, CH2, single bond, CH2. This is actually plus. Okay. Here this becomes CH3 because this is attached to the this carbon attached double bond contains attached to this particular hydrogen, and chloride come and attacks to negative charge of chloride will come and attack to this particular. Here you can see, my dear student, primary carbon, okay, primary carbon. So you are getting product CH3, CH2, Cl. Okay. Now the first reaction taking place according to Marconi's rule. Marconi's rule means negative charge will attach to carbon contain less number of hydrogen. Here two both are same. Here 1, 2, 3, 4 is there. Okay, my dear students, I am sorry. Here 1, 2. Sorry. Okay. By mistake I wrote CH3, CH double bond, CH2. See, here two possibilities are there, my dear students. For this one, two possibilities are there. No doubt, my dear students. See, HCl, I will take HCl. This double bond come and attack on this particular, and this bond comes out. So, this carbon can become positive or this carbon can become positive. See, if this carbon become positive, carbocation, I will write like this. Here this carbon, this bond attacks to this particular, so this becomes CH3. Understood? Cl minus is there, this one, this will go and attack to this particular carbon, and you are getting, my dear students, CH3, CH, Cl, CH3. So this is actually secondary carbon. Secondary carbon. On secondary carbon, chloride attacks. It is according to Marconi's rule. Marconi's rule. Negative charge will attach to carbon containing less number of hydrogen. Positive hydrogen will attach to carbon containing more number of hydrogen. Understood? Another session. CH3, CH, single bond. Here CH2, okay, CH2, here CH2, because this double. If this carbon become positive, that means primary carbon become positive, carbocation. Then which type of attack you can see? Cl minus will go and attack to this particular, and you are getting product CH3, CH2, CH2, Cl. So this is not according to Marconi's rule, correct? This first one is according to Marconi's rule, and first product, this product is more stable. Why means secondary carbon, if it forms secondary carbon, that product formed is more stable compared to primary carbon. This carbon is attached to two different carbon, not two different, one carbon. So it is primary carbon. This carbon is attached to two different carbons, so it is secondary carbon. The product formed by secondary carbon, using secondary carbon, then it is more stable. This is more stable compound formation, not this one. Understood? In classes today we are going to discuss about NEET JEE topic of hydrocarbons. Mainly we are, last class it is over actually, halogenation, addition of halogen to a alkene. So today also we are going to discuss about the same matter, but the thing actually, this is actually example, this is alkene, which one it is? Propene. If I write like this, you will come to know it is propene. If I write like this, you will get confused. Don't think it is actually propene only. Instead of writing like this, I wrote like this. Understood? Propene. Propene reacts with the hydrogen halide. Hydrogen halide. What happens? This addition of, this is actually negative part, this is actually positive part. According to Marconi's rule, negative part will attack to the carbon containing less number of hydrogen atom, and positive part will attack to the carbon containing more number of hydrogen atom. This product you are getting. Major product is carbon containing, in this one, this is according to Marconi's rule, this reaction takes place according to Marconi's rule. So major product is carbon containing less number of hydrogen, negative part will attack. This is actually major part. X will attack to carbon containing less number of hydrogen atom according to the Marconi's rule. So it is considered as a major product. And another one, what we are getting, another product, that is considered as a minor product, because it is not according to Marconi's rule. My dear students, one more combination is given. This one, same propene react with the hydrogen bromide. but in the presence of peroxide, ROOR means it is peroxide. OO double bond is peroxide. OO not double bond, OO bonding is peroxide bonding. Remember that. In exam they may give like that, instead of giving C6H5, COO, C6H5, benzoyl peroxide. Understood? They used to give like this, ROOR. Understood? You should know that this is nothing but peroxide. OO bonding is there means peroxide. In the presence of peroxide, you study that it's called Karasch effect. Karasch effect. Karasch effect is you studied, correct? No, it is nothing but anti-Marconi's rule. Karasch effect. In that one, negative part will attack carbon containing more number of hydrogen will be major product. So you are getting major product is this one, minor product is another one. Understood? Remember, in the presence of peroxide, Karasch effect is nothing but anti-Marconi's rule takes place. In the absence of peroxide, Marconi's rule that takes place. So according to Marconi's rule, in a reagent, negative part will attack to the unsymmetrical alkene, contains carbon containing less number of hydrogen atom, and positive part will attack to the carbon-carbon double bond containing more number of hydrogen atom. My dear students, next we are going to discuss about hypohalous reaction. Hypohalous acid means it contains HO and X. Hypohalous. This is actually hypohalous acid. Understood? Hypohalous acid. HOX. X means any chlorine, bromine, iodine, like that. Understood? So my dear students, halohydrins are the compounds containing halohydrins, OH and X groups. At successive carbon atoms, hypohalous acid break as OH minus, X plus and its halonium ion. It is nothing but X plus will attack on pi bonds. See, very simple definition is given. No, don't worry about that. My dear students, if alkene is there like this, and to this alkene, this hypohalous will divide like this, HO minus and X plus. This halonium ion will be added to this particular double bond. Understood? So you are getting one is here, if I use chloride means 1 minute like this, chloride means this will attack to this particular chloride and this will attack to another carbon. Understood? So you are getting this product. This addition is according to, for example, unsymmetrical alkene is there. Unsymmetrical alkene means CH3 CH double bond CH2. This is unsymmetrical alkene. To this one, how that addition takes place means, my dear students, this negative part will attack to carbon containing less number of hydrogen atom and positive part will attack. So you are getting product, my dear students, CH3 CH. According to Marconi's rule, you are getting product. Understood? According to Marconi's rule, you are adding OH and X. X is nothing but chlorine, bromine, iodine, halogen. Understood? So hypohalous acid reaction means it's nothing but adding OH and Cl together. Understood? According to Marconi's rule, this reaction takes place. Negative part will attack carbon contains less number of hydrogen and positive. Here, note down, my dear students, here halogen part become positive because OH minus is there in that one. So OH minus is negative. So don't get confused with this term. Understood? Very simple, and you will get the product. So the same I wrote here, my dear students. If it is unsymmetrical alkene, like this unsymmetrical alkene, you are getting product according to Marconi's rule. Negative part will attack carbon containing less number of hydrogen atom and positive part will attack carbon containing more number of hydrogen atom. Remember that particular. So order of reactivity, my dear students, chlorine in the presence of water is highest order compared to bromine in the presence of water compared to iodine in the presence of water. Which one reacts in faster way? Hypohalous acid. Hypohalous acid reaction, chlorine in the presence of water reacts faster way compared to bromine in the presence of water compared to iodine in the presence of water. Understood? Just you note down, my dear students. It's not that much important, but note down. Okay, my dear students, next we are going to discuss about hydration part. Hydration, adding water molecule to this particular, understood? Hydration. So, very important thing is how we can add this particular hydrating, understood? So, hydration procedure, addition of water. Hydration means addition of water. Addition of water to alkene. Okay, addition of water to alkene. Okay, my dear students, first is reaction with the sulfuric acid. Reaction with the sulfuric acid. This reaction takes place according to Marconi's rule, my dear students. CH2 double bond CH2 plus sulfuric acid. See, my dear students, sulfuric acid is nothing but H plus HSO4 minus, understood? H plus, so HSO4 minus, negative part will attack to one of the carbon and this bond will attack to this H. One side becomes CH3 and you are getting product, understood? That you remember, addition of sulfuric acid. Okay, now I will write here, my dear students, to avoid confusion, H plus HSO4 minus. So this will attack, this will attack. So what product you are getting, my dear students? This is sulfuric acid, okay, just for understanding purpose. CH3, CH2, HS4, HSO4, and again it is treated with the water, warm. So you are getting a product, alcohol, CH3, CH2, OH, understood? So this is actually addition, hydration reaction. One more reaction we are going to study is oxymercuration and demercuration. Oxymercuration means addition of mercuric acetate and removing that mercuric acetate. That reaction is not that much important, but for your knowledge, just for knowledge purpose, I am giving, my dear students. You note down this reaction part. Addition of water means you are treating with the first alkene is treated with sulfuric acid in the presence of in the form of H plus and SO4 minus. So again it is warmed with water, it gives CH3, CH2 and OH, alcohol, ethanol. My dear students, next we are going to study about oxymercuration and demercuration. The same thing you are studying in alcohols and phenols. So it is not that much important in this particular oxymercuration and demercuration. Oxymercuration and demercuration. Oxymercuration means adding mercuric acetate. Again demercuration means removing that particular. It's called oxymercuration and demercuration. So this alkene is react with the mercuric acetate. This is actually mercuric acetate. Hg means mercury. OCOCH3 twice. So instead of writing like this, to avoid confusion, if you want, I can write like this. For example, my dear students, see, the same I can write like this. This is actually mercuric acetate. Mercuric acetate, my dear students, mercuric acetate. mercuric anhydride. In this one, what happens? This reaction takes place by breaking of chain and it gives a product. So note down, my dear student, this particular same I wrote here. Mercuric acetic anhydride, mercuric acetic anhydride, not mercuric acid, mercuric acetic anhydride, anhydride compound. This is actually mercuric acetic anhydride. So we are adding, so it will break like this, and here it becomes minus, here it becomes plus, and you are doing the reaction. And reaction part I am not explaining in this particular, but the same we are going to study in alcohols and phenols. At that time I will explain this particular. Okay. In the presence of tetrahydrofuran, and sodium borohydride, and in the presence of sodium hydroxide, gives product CH3 thrice C CHOH CH3. This is actually CH3OH. So my dear students, this reaction part I will explain in the coming alcohols and phenols chapter. Just note down this one, I understood. It is there in alkene, how it is react with the mercuric acetic anhydride in the presence of tetrahydrofuran and sodium borohydride. So this is actually addition of mercuric acetate, and you are removing that mercuric acetate again, demercuration, and adding OH. It is very simple, my dear students. Okay, sodium borohydride is the addition of hydrogen. Okay, this, okay, no doubt. Okay, this part I will explain in alcohols and phenols. It is there in that one. Dear students, next we are going to, my dear students, next we are going to study about hydroxylation. Hydroxylation means addition of OH group. Is possible in the presence of Bayer's reagent. Bayer's reagent KMnO4, cold KMnO4, alcoholic KMnO4 is nothing but Bayer's reagent, or KMnO4 in the presence of alkali means sodium hydroxide. Alkali in the presence of alkali, KMnO4 and base, any base, sodium hydroxide. So it is Bayer's reagent, understood? Okay. Or you can use osmium tetroxide, osmium, OSO4, osmium tetroxide. Syn addition and anti addition takes place. My dear students, it is in the presence of cold KMnO4, understood? So you are getting product in this one, my dear students, formic acid, COOH, and carbon dioxide. At the beginning you are getting performic acid, okay, later you are getting formic acid. It is not that much important, but please note this particular hydroxylation reaction takes place in the presence of Bayer's reagent. Bayer's reagent means KMnO4 in the presence of sodium hydroxide or cold KMnO4, understood? It gives formic acid and carbon dioxide as a product. If the reaction takes place in the presence of hot KMnO4, this is the reaction. This is actually one alkene. C double bond C CH3 CH3, this breaks and hot KMnO4, it gives ketone. Which one? Acetone. Ketone, and this which acid? Acetic acid. Ketone and acid will form in the presence of hot KMnO4. Remember, in the presence of cold KMnO4, formic acid will form, understood? In the presence of hot KMnO4, alkene chain breaks and it gives acetone and acid. Ketone and acid, any ketone and acid, understood? Note down, my dear students, is just hydroxylation reaction, addition of OH group. Students, next catalytic oxidation of alkene. My dear students, alkene reacts in the presence of silver. Alkenes reacts in the presence of silver. See, this is alkene, here CH3 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 CH3, here CC double bond, understood? So instead of writing like this, CH3 CH3 C double bond CH3 CH3, I just wrote like this. Okay, okay. This is alkene. The alkene reacts in the presence of silver. Silver is a catalyst at 200 degrees Celsius to 300 degree Celsius temperature, 400 degrees Celsius temperature. Okay, what it gives? It gives ether, cyclic ether. It gives cyclic ether, my dear students. This is actually cyclic ether. Cyclic ether. Everything is remaining same, and here it forms O, cyclic ether. Cyclic ether. It is called catalytic oxidation. In the presence of catalyst like a silver, alkene get converted into cyclic ether. Note down, my dear students. Okay. Next, ozonolysis. Ozonolysis means adding ozone. Correct? No. Ozonolysis you studied. Ozonolysis. Ozonolysis. That I explained in hydrocarbons part. Adding ozone. C double bond C. We are adding ozone means O3. O3. And it gives, my dear students, ozonoid compound will form. Correct? No? That also you studied. Ozonoid compound will form. Alkene will get converted into ozonoid form. Ozonoid compounds. 1 minute. Small change. Ozonoid. So it gives ozonoid compounds. Ozonoid compounds. Later it breaks in the presence of different compounds. It gives different products. So that I will explain. This part is very important, my dear students. First is ozonoid formation. Even alkynes also forms ozonoid. Alkynes also form ozonoid, that we will discuss later. This is actually ozonoid formation. Later I will explain. My dear students, there are bond cleavage takes place like this. So it forms actually, 1 minute. See, this like ozonoid compound formed. Now that bond cleavage takes place. Bond cleavage. Like this, bond cleavage takes place. Understood? Bond undergo cleavage and it forms product. Okay. My dear students, based on the reagent used, you are getting different product. Zinc in the presence of acetic acid, if you are using, ozonoid will give carbonyl compounds. Carbonyl compound is like a haldehyde and ketone. In the presence of peracid or peroxide, H2O2 peroxide or silver oxide, it gives oxidation product of acid and ketones or ketone only. Based on the product, based on the reagent, it gives different product. See, I can't predict by seeing this, it will give like this, not possible. Which reagent you are using? Zinc and acetic acid, it gives carbonyl compound. Carbonyl means aldehyde, ketone, etc. If you are using hydrogen peroxide and peracid and silver oxide, it gives oxidation product. But means one more oxygen will be added in that particular and acid or ketones. Lithium aluminum hydride means reduction product of carbonyl compounds you are getting. Okay, I will give you one example, my dear students. One example. Shall I rub this? Remember this chart. Remember this chart. R dash, here R, H, okay. This is one alkene. Alkene reacts with the ozone and it gives, my dear students, ozonoid. Ozonoid means how it looks actually, R, C, O, like this you are writing, my dear students. The same, this is nothing but ozonoid compound. Here cleavage takes place like this, cleavage. So this is one product, this is one product. Which reagent you are using, based on that you are getting product. My dear students, that is very important. Which reagent you are using, whether you are use zinc in the presence of acetic acid or zinc in the presence of water, or zinc you are using lithium aluminum hydride, you are getting lithium aluminum hydride is a good reducing agent, that it gives hydrogen, and you are getting reductive product, means more hydrogen will be added, or oxidative product means more oxygen will be added. Hydrogen peroxide is a good oxidizing agent, hydrogen peroxide, like that. So which one you are using? Now I will use zinc in the presence of water. My dear students, I will get haldehyde and ketone, or see, this is RCOR, this is ketone, plus RCOH, aldehyde and ketone. No doubt, this is aldehyde, ketone. This explanation is given in this textbook, board class. Go through that example also. Understood? My dear students, note on this point: hydrolysis of ozonide in the presence of zinc and acetic acid. Hydrolysis means adding water in the presence of zinc and acetic acid. Understood? It gives reductive ozonolysis. It is called reductive ozonolysis. Understood? This is actually reductive ozonolysis. Understood? Reductive ozonolysis. Hydrolysis with the silver oxide and peroxide and peracid, carboxylic acid and ketone is called oxidative ozonolysis. Note down, based on the reagent you are using, you are getting product, different product. Note down, my dear students. Okay, just you remember this.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.